This is Brandon, I'm Sarah, and of course, our beloved Aiko. Frustrated by the ever-increasing cost of living, we sold everything, went out on a limb, and left our traditional life on land behind. We built a new kind of dream together, and now get to call this slice of paradise home. We're learning how to navigate this unique life off the grid and on the water, so grab a drink and join us for the ever-evolving adventure that is keeping afloat. Welcome to Fontana Lake, where Brandon and I live, play, and oftentimes work. Our latest side hustle has been an endeavor to flip one of the old floating cabins in our harbor. Metaphorically, of course. We started this project last fall, intending to finish up sometime around now. But alas, life happens, delays are often beyond our control, and suddenly we found ourselves up against a deadline. With springtime quickly approaching, both mine and Brandon's busy seasons at work are soon to ramp up, and it's quickly going to become impossible for us to devote the kind of time and energy that's necessary to remodel an entire house. And it probably didn't exactly help that I had a pre-planned trip to Florida this past week to visit my baby nephew, but luckily Brandon's never been one to slack just because nobody's watching. So while I got my fill of baby giggles and family time, Brandon flew solo on our shower install, and then once I got back, we hit the ground running with a long-awaited interior wall paneling install. We may have already put in months of work, but in a sense, we are just getting started. It's time to hammer down, get to the good stuff, and get this thing finished out and sold ASAP. Buckle up, y'all.
Alright, this day one without Sarah. Yeah, my little buddy's gone, my helper. And I get to put in a shower. And I hate putting in showers, but you know what? We're gonna do it. It's a freaking headache. Kind of walk you through where we're at. I have doubled up my studs right here going up. That way I can still get paneling to the edge of the shower and the shower mount's good. Right now I got my plumbing. It's running to here. And there's my 2x4, and I'm about to install my little handle fixture back here. I'm sure it's got a special name, but either way, it's got to be in the right spot so it sticks out in the perfect place, and then the handle screws on perfect. Besides that, the rest of it's just read the damn directions and do it right. Here we go. And I've already made my inlet, so this will be from the hot water heater coming into the whole house. This will be right here. This is actually the inlet for the cold water for the whole house, and everything will start down here and run the walls. That's where the toilet goes. It's got cold water, vanity, hot and cold, but it all starts over here coming in the back of the house so you don't see it. We'll seal all that up. All right, everybody, so there's the backsplash for this shower. I put in the rough plumbing for it. Put this doohickey in. It's got this little deal that lets you know if you're far enough out so it works on the shower right. Centered it. Ran my top piece. I'll install the actual head later. I left it long. For those of you wondering, yeah, I'll use red on cold and hot on this one. So I didn't have to go back and get the right color. Nobody ever see it, and I know it's right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You build this frame in for this shower, and that thing will just sit right down in it after you hook it all together, silicone it, and all that fun stuff. So today, for the rest of the day, I'm gonna get my drain in, run it through the floor, and then I'll get ready to go under the house and do the plumbing so we can tie all that stuff in. Just to show you how thick this is. It's pretty thick. It's a thick floor. But that's where we're at. So now I'm about to cut the hole in. Cut the hole for this piece in the backsplash thing, cut that hole for that drain. We'll be ready to put that in, call it good. All right, everybody, it's day 2 without Sarah. I'm starving. I ate some pizza last night. That's about all I had. Cooked some biscuits, and I think we're gonna make it, but I have been drinking a lot of rum, so nothing to it. If you noticed, I'm in the same clothes. Well, that's because Sarah's not here and I can wear the same thing every day, and it saves on laundry. And not eating food like that saves on toilet paper. So I guess when she's gone, we're saving on everything. Today, we finished this shower. Well, as far as we can get till we panel. I just want to lay down and stare at the clouds. The sunshine's nice out here Tomorrow's gonna be 78 degrees. I think I'm gonna take the day off and work on a sunburn. Boom, let's go. All right, I know I'm not with you. You're not with me watching this every step. It'd be boring as hell, but I got it assembled, finally. Everything's ready. It's insulated, it's ready. And we're gonna hold off on putting the glass in because we've got to put paneling back here. And if I put the glass in, I wouldn't be able to get there to do the paneling, but I'm going to pick up the paneling tomorrow. And I'm gonna start paneling this house out, make it look pretty. All right, guys, everybody, here we go. The little shower's in, it's mounted, the little frame worked out, finally got the handle on right, got it down. Up there, we'll build our little doohickey to put the damn shower head. And we got brass fittings on there. Oh, that's fuzzy. Anyways, we got brass fittings there, brass fittings for up top. Got brass fittings coming in. And then behind this little partition wall is your pooper. So when you're taking a poop, they can't see your booty if they're looking. But if you're like me and Sarah, your buddy poop and it don't matter. Either way, good talk. It's in. It's time to start paneling. I've been cutting some drains. We'll tie all that together, but we're about ready to start paneling. Normally you put the ceiling in first, but we're having a hold up on getting the tongue and groove. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and panel out the house. I got it ready. Most of the insulation's in, about 99%, and I'll put whatever little pieces in after. And we'll be on the damn ball game. All right then.
All right, guys. Well, here I am. Left the Sunshine State and here we are back in the temperate rainforest. I really am happy to be home though, even if it's stormy all day today. Okay. I know the rain's yummy. Go on, come on. Rain or shine, it's just such a peaceful little haven here. I love having the blessing of living somewhere where you come home from vacation and you're excited to be home, and you know, you don't feel like, oh, back to the real world. We have in many ways created a life where the real world is vacation, you know, which is always the goal. So loved getting to spend some time with my family, of course. My sweet nephew is just too cute. He's so smart. I've never seen a 1.5-year-old that knows the alphabet, and you know, he knows so many words. His temperament is sweet as can be. I just had a great time visiting and getting to know his little developing personality. It was wonderful. And of course, time with my sister and brother-in-law was lovely too, and just getting to be in the sunshine. I got a little bit of a tan, you know, hopefully a small base, but anyways, we're back home, so really excited to start moving on the progress now that we've got the spray foam done. I mean, it's really all gonna start to move quickly here now, so can't wait to share the progress with you guys as always, and missed you last week. Let's get after it. Back at Lowe's again. Got the little things. And the big stuff. All right, it's 8 p.m. So happy that the sun has not set yet. It's still daylight out at 8 p.m. Loving that. But we're about ready to call it a day. So we're just gonna get this loaded up onto the barge, get it over to the house, and start paneling tomorrow.
Where we pulled out all the old trim,
Yeah.
or paneling, there's little nails.
Okay.
And you'll see them. So I've hammered into here.
Yeah.
Start at the bottom. Alright, and see that?
Yep. this paneling going to be, you know, in 20, 30, 40 years? The equivalent of how we look at the kind of paneling that was in this house to begin with now. Oh my God, that's so dated. I always feel like at some point somebody's going to say that about the paneling we've chosen and tear it out and be like, I don't know. We do feel like, number one, white, and number two, just the minimalism of beadboard. Hopefully that'll make it a little bit more timeless. Who knows? For now, it looks nice. It's pretty amazing to see how efficient Brandon's become with this paneling. You know, we put this up in our first house over in the surf shack. Man, we've learned a lot. We used the tiny little tacks in a tack hammer. We didn't have a nail gun and didn't realize how much easier it would be with one. We've come a long way. Just, yeah, his overall efficiency has really improved. He's just like banging this out, barely even needs my help. I think the only way to really appreciate how quickly and efficiently this process was going is to see a good old time lapse. In the very first house we paneled, which is almost half the square footage of this one, it took us 6 whole days to panel. But as you can see here, we had the majority of this much larger house paneled out in just 6 hours. And the only reason that we didn't finish it completely that day was because we ran out of paneling. It's so gratifying to not only make progress on an ongoing project, but also to see progress happening within yourself as your skill levels improve. This was the time that we almost paneled over another socket.
Maybe or maybe not. There's supposed to be a box over here, and somebody could have put some wall paneling over it. Just done that wall over. Made it fun.
Alright, give me a lie.
It's like hide and go seek. But we didn't. Not today, Sage. It's a lot easier to unbury it when it's not back there, huh? Alright, that is a wrap for day 1 of paneling. We've gotten all of, well, most of the main room done, both of the bedrooms. Gosh, it's amazing how much brighter it is in here already. That's awesome. So what we have left here is going to be this panel, which we couldn't do yet because there's a wire here that, let's see, comes over here and goes underneath the house, pops up here on the island. That's one of those things I gotta get in the water for. And today has been so frigid, cold, and windy. I was like, I will do it, but I'm not doing it today. And then also we ran out of paneling to do the bathroom, which will be great when we can get that done because it is currently so dark in here that white paneling will bounce the light around a lot more and help. But yeah, what do you guys think? Looking pretty good, huh? Alrighty, good morning. I'm going to grab a pontoon so that I can pick up Brandon with a trailer load of stuff he's been out at Lowe's. We had to go back to, well, he had to go back to Lowe's because we bought all of the paneling that the Lowe's closest to us had, which is still like, you know, it's an hour away, and then it still wasn't enough. So unfortunately he had to go back this morning to the next town over, which is like a 2.5-hour round trip, but hey, this is what it is. However, that town is the only one anywhere near us that sells the particular brand of rum that is Brandon's favorite, so I don't think he was that upset about having to make that trip. So we got more paneling and also some trim boards so that we can start trimming out the windows, because since the T&G still isn't here, that's just another step that isn't really dependent on any other step getting done first. So we figure we'll knock the window trim out, see where we're at when we're done with that. But first, pizza. We're also working on the vanity today. We're trying to make this vanity pretty much exactly like a slightly smaller version of the one in our house, with the little vessel sink and the DIY wood counter. I thought that was super cute. We get a lot of compliments on it, so We're rinsing and repeating here. Okay, give me an update.
We're done with the paneling for now. Right now we're going to work on the windows.
My goodness, it is so smoky out. They've been doing a lot of prescribed burning in the surrounding areas. Like, before long, we won't even be able to see those mountains, which are usually clear as day. Heck, we might not even be able to see these. Ugh, in between that and the sawdust and the chalk line and the open insulation and everything else, we are just sneezing up a storm.
Most people do this with a table saw.
Tell me, as you're finishing up, how this has compared to doing our house.
The paneling went real well. You always know when you're in an older house because it's not exactly square.
Yeah, it was nice having everything perfect, you know, starting from fresh with our house.
But it hadn't been that bad.
And there's the whole two-story thing.
A whole lot easier not having 2 stories.
Well, I definitely think that you're a lot more efficient now, too, so that helps.
Dang, if you don't get better at something, you probably ain't doing it. I mean, we didn't know anything about this when we first started. Now we know what we're doing a little bit.
A little bit.
What we don't know, we just fake it till we make it.
Well, my mom always says 60% of anything is just showing up. We always so appreciate your comments, you know, saying that we do great work, the quality and everything. It's so sweet to hear that, but I also just want to remind you, like, we are not professionals. This isn't what we really do for a living. Neither one of us have ever done anything like this for a living before. You know, we weren't trained in any kind of school for something like this. This is just like us showing up over and over, figuring something out because we wanted to save money instead of hiring somebody to do it, right? So just goes to show, you know, if we can do it, anybody can do it. Really, really cool to see bit by bit every house that we do, how we're progressing. It's very gratifying.
So weird not having walls and not having a ceiling.
Yeah, it is.
We know you should put your tongue and groove in or your ceiling in before your walls, but we didn't have an option this time. So the backwards way to do it, but
Well, working with what we got.
it'll be next.
It is always amazing when you start putting walls up and how much bigger a space feels, and the white bouncing the light around certainly helps too.
The windows being trimmed out help.
Oh yeah. What are you most excited about?
What am I most excited about?
Yeah.
Putting the tongue and groove in. But no, I'm pretty happy. There's only a couple of spots that need some good caulking. The rest of it seemed up pretty good. I'm getting better.
Our first house had spots with like 2-inch gaps.
They weren't 2 inch, they were like a ½ inch.
Ask Thelma.
We don't do ½ inch gaps.
You are crushing it now. You've come a long way. Good morning. So today I've got 2 tasks that I'm mildly dreading. It'll be good to just get these over with. One is I gotta get in the water. You know, we just have to run a wire so that we can finish the paneling, and we have to run the gas line so that that's done, and we can do the flooring at some point. It's just got to happen. We can't keep waiting for the perfect day. Today's not the perfect day. It's 40 degrees out. I would love to have like a nice 60, 65 degree day, but it's just got to happen. It's time to just get it over with and quit being a wimp. You know, I do these cold plunges and I'm fine. I got this. I don't know why this feels any different to me. So I just got to get that done. And the second thing I'm actually going to go ahead and do right now is Aiko's fault. Love her, but I dropped her off on the bank yesterday, and it seems that somehow between the time that I dropped her off and the time that she came back, she got out of her collar. Okay, so yeah, I've put her in her bear hunting season collar for now, but I saw her go up here into this like cave, and I think it's a cave because she completely disappeared into the bank for a long time, and I'm pretty sure that that's where it happened, just because she was there for so long. And I don't know if it was intentional. In her almost 9 years of life, she's never gotten out of her collar or even tried to get out of her collar, so that would be really weird for her to do, but it's possible. It might have just been like a byproduct of her digging somewhere and it got caught. I don't know. But anyways, I'm not too keen on cave diving. Hopefully it's not too deep back there, and hopefully I find it. But I'd love to not have to buy a new collar, and more importantly, her like tags are on that one, and those are just you know, a bit of a hassle to try and get new ones made and stuff. Okay, I think this is where she was. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I cannot get back there. I don't even see the collar right off the bat. Oh, I bet she was like all the way back in there. Bear, why don't you tell me? Where did you put it? Where did the collar go? Is it in there? You tell me. Go get it. Yep, I thought that's exactly what she was doing, just digging her way in, and probably got her head in the small hole and just shimmied it off. This is a lost cause. I better just buy her a new one. On the upside, it is beautiful up here. Wow. And had we not come up here, wouldn't have picked up this piece of trash. Every single piece helps, guys. Don't forget. 2 pieces. Oh yeah. Totally worth it. So what I'm gonna try and do is use the paddleboard and see if it's possible. I think it's gonna be really a close call. Lay as flat as possible on the paddleboard and just kind of like shimmy under the dock. I'm not sure, there's definitely enough space for the paddleboard to get under there, but I don't know if me laying on top of it, if there's gonna be enough room. But I'm gonna try that just to give it a shot in case it's not necessary to get all the way in. And if that doesn't work out, then I'll go for a swim, and it is what it is. I think the reason that I'm not too keen on this, but I don't mind the polar dips at our house, is that at our house I usually have a nice warm bathtub running afterwards. You know, there's like a really close source of heat for as soon as I'm finished to warm back up. Here we don't even have running water, let alone hot water, or heat or anything like that. So even if I were to go back home, it's you know, quite a brisk little boat ride over there. So no matter what, I'm gonna be cold when I get out. But luckily one of our patrons gave us a whole box of the giant hot hands, so thank you, Glenn, really appreciated that. So I've got several of those here to just put on top of me. Anyways, I need to stop thinking about it and talking about it and just be about it and do it. So let's do it.
You get under there, you'll see it hanging down.
The gray wire.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll pull the gray wire.
This one.
And then it comes back up through this little hole. Okay.
The first hole.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, just one of them little holes. The big one is for the gas.
Okay.
Okay, after you do that, once you get that wire up through there, I'm going to give you this gas line, and you're going to take it out the back on your way out.
And just bring it out the back, or does it go up through anything?
Well, it's going to come out the back of the house, go over, and go into our little spot over there. What needs to be done with this, and you may be able to do it on the paddle board. These are, you would take and hit that into a piece, the wood joist under there, so it's up.
With the hammer?
We don't want this in the water.
Right.
But if there's a way to take it, like in my vision, the top of the float, you can go across the top of the float with something, right?
Yeah.
So if you could got it through here, took it back there, went across the top of the float and came out, that's gonna hold it up too. You know what I mean? Any way down there that you can get it where it's held up. If you can run it through the joists, if there's a way to do that, I don't know because I've not looked under there how all that looks.
Right.
But these are really hard to put in because you got to hold it and hit it with the hammer, and being on that thing is probably going to be tough.
All right, well.
No huge deal. The electrical cord, we definitely don't want in the water. That's an outdoor cord.
But that's short.
I just don't want
That's easy.
I don't want the otters eating anything.
Right.
And if it's ran properly, they won't. But as long as we get it ran, we can go back in the month when the water's warmed up and actually tee it up properly.
Let's give it a go, guys. Okay. Oh no. This is the entrance in question. I don't know how I'm gonna get under there. Maybe I can shimmy. Hold on. No, there's just no way. All right. Okay, I gotta get in the water, baby.
Well, you want to wait until...
No, I just want to get it done with.
Put that piece up until then anyway.
I'm already suited up. Let's just get it done. I'm being a wimp for no reason. I do this in my bathing suit. I can do it. All right, there goes nothing. What? I see the wire. I'm pulling it. Okay. All right.
All right, there's the line.
Yep.
Take it back out with you. Do you see a good way you can feed that?
Nope, I don't.
Well, just get it to the back of the house.
I'm good. It's not so bad now. You guys know the key to staying warm in a wetsuit, right? If you don't know, I'm not gonna say it. You can Google it. Okay, I had some trouble getting that through there because it just wanted to curl around, but we did. I'll have to come back later when it's a little warmer and fasten that to the top, but for now it's out of the water. Babe, you gotta pull that gray wire up a little more. It's dangling in the water. I'm getting out. Everything's numb. No renovation comes without its fair share of discomfort, to say the least, but sometimes you just gotta get her done. But it's the toughest moments that we think about the most fondly when enjoying the fruits of our labor down the road. Whether that's relaxing in the sun in our own dream home, or in this case, enjoying some nice padding on our bank accounts to set us up well for our future dreams. Which reminds me, we are getting closer to the point where we'd like to finalize a buyer. We do have a number of interested parties, but it's still fair game at the moment, so if you'd like to throw your name in the hat, please email us at floatingonfontana@gmail.com for details on pricing and included amenities. The buyer will be chosen fairly on a first-come, first-served basis, meaning he or she who first puts down a deposit and signs the dotted line can call it theirs. So if you'd like to be the new owner of this soon-to-be newly renovated masterpiece of a floating house, if we do say so ourselves, in addition to having some pretty cool neighbors, we look forward to hearing from you. And as for everyone else, we look forward to continuing to share this journey with you. Another friendly reminder to hit subscribe if you haven't before, and check and make sure you're still subscribed if you know you subscribed in the past. So happy to have you keeping afloat with us each week. Until next Friday.